Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Back in St. Louis, moments away from the opening kickoff. Downstairs to Tony Siragusa. Goose.
Thanks, Kenny. Today I'm really excited. Two defensive coordinators that are completely on opposite sides of the spectrum. For the Dallas Cowboys, Rod Marinelli, old school. He's all about reading your keys and just staying on fundamentals. On the other side, St. Louis, Greg Williams. I'm going to call him the gambler. High risk, high reward. When they work, he can paralyze an offense, but when it doesn't, huge plays for that team.
All right, Goose. Jason Garrett in his 5th season as Cowboys head coach, coming off the 16-point win over the Titans last week. Jeff Fisher's Rams, 2-point victory in Tampa. Rams have won the toss. They deferred each of the last 2 weeks, allowed opening possession scores, so the Rams elect to receive and will start from their own 20-yard line. It was a game-time decision at quarterback, but it will be Austin Davis making his 2nd consecutive start and his 2nd career start.
And I think he earned that right in his performance last week at Tampa Bay. And when we sat down with him on Friday, this is not too big for this young man. I mean, he's your 3rd quarterback. Sometimes you expect him to have an adjustment period, but he is very comfortable and very confident right now.
Sam Bradford out for the season. Sean Hill started week 1, so for the thigh injury. He is the backup today. On first down, Davis hands off in a big hole for Zach Stacy, who picks up 12 yards and a St. Louis Rams first down.
And I think that's something that we'll see during the course of the game, leaning on Zach Stacy a little bit. But I got a feeling, Kenny, that they really want to test the cornerbacks for the Dallas Cowboys. So don't be surprised to see Austin Davis stretch the field with some big play opportunities.
Davis, 22 of 29 at his first start last week, the win over the Bucs. 1st and 10 from the 32, off the play fake. Davis complete for the tight end Lance Kendricks out to the 36 for a gain of 4. Anthony Hitchens made the tackle. Cowboys without 2 starting linebackers today, Rolando McClain and Justin Durant.
Yeah, they start their 3rd consecutive different group of linebackers for the 3rd time this season. But this is a group that has exceeded expectations, in my opinion, up until this point. They have Orlando Scandrick back today. Not just his performance on the field, but his attitude that he brings to the defensive side.
Greg Watts in the backfield for St. Louis. 2nd down at 6. And this is Watts, rookie out of Tulsa. His first NFL carry, brought down after a gain of 1 by Bruce Carter. We mentioned the 2 linebackers out of the Cowboys lineup. Rams without starting wide receiver Tavon Austin and cornerback Trumaine Johnson.
And they'll have a couple of guys trying to fill that role for Tavon Austin, Trey Watts being one of them. But Rolando McClain, that's a big loss for Dallas. He's been playing really, really well the first 2 weeks, bringing some leadership to that defensive group.
3rd down and 5. Davis complete. This is Benny Cunningham, who stretches. And it looks like Cunningham does, in fact, pick up a Rams first down.
A little bit of hesitation by Anthony Hitchens out on the edge. You got to continue to run. You know, you've got to see where everything is. That hesitation allows Benny Cunningham to get that stretch for the first down.
Watts in the backfield, 2 tight ends set. Hendricks shifts into the backfield. On first down, the end around as the Rams get the ball into the hands of the former Titan Kenny Britt, and he gains 2.
And Kenny Britt has been a huge addition for the St. Louis Rams, and he's brought leadership and lead by example preparation style to this Rams offense. All these younger wide receivers are benefiting from having Kenny Britt being on their roster and in their group.
Kenny Britt, who Played for Jeff Fisher in Tennessee, only one catch the first 2 weeks. Gained 2 yards on first down. Now on 2nd and 8 off the fake to Stacy. Davis hits Stacy out of the backfield, and he is into Cowboys territory. A first down to the Dallas 42.
Really nice job by that Rams offense, keeping that defense off balance. They had 8 guys in the box. Go to a little short pass on the outside. Really struggling right now, Darryl, with the tackling for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, and that was one of the things that Rod Marinelli, the defensive coordinator, talked to us about, something he was pleased with through the first 2 weeks, but can't be happy at the start of this game. We've seen a couple of runs right now by Zach Stacy where he's made people miss.
Defensive coordinator Rod Marinelli following the 14-yard pickup by Stacy. From the Cowboys 42, it is Stacy. Works his way down to the 38-yard line. Gain of 4, Terrell McClain made the tackle.
Well, that doesn't look very pretty right there, but it puts you in 2nd and 6. And Tony, you talk about it all the time. That is such a challenging down and distance for a defense to be in.
You have no idea what they're going to come out with. I mean, these days, obviously, on any down, they can come out with anything. But 2nd and 6, now you're guessing as a defensive lineman. Do you go and you put your nickel in? Do you go and have your base in? You're looking for a run, pass. Let's see what they do here.
On 2nd and 6, this is Watts. Trey Watts, the Cowboys 34, so it will be 3rd down and 2.
I like the start of this drive. A lot of different things for the Dallas defense to think of. Tony mentioned some of the misdirection, some play action, some straight power run. Brian Schottenheimer doing a nice job calling against Rod Marinelli's defense right now.
Bryant, 9th play of the drive for the Rams offense. High snap, the toss to Watts, and he picks up a first down. For the Rams again, able to move the chains as Watts gains 9 to the Cowboys 25.
Yeah, soft edges on this Dallas defense right now, Darryl.
Yeah,
Rams are really not holding up their corner.
And you got to kind of know who's in the backfield right now. If Trey Watts is in there, there's going to be a different style of play that's going to happen. This is your speed. Get him on the perimeter as quick as you can. You saw the toss right away to the outside. Had the defense outflanked immediately.
Yeah, that offensive line's doing a great job of getting to the 2nd level on those linebackers.
Now you got Zach Stacy. Now you got a shift. You got a fullback and Zach Stacy. Think power.
Off the fake to Stacy. Davis rolling right and then throws it away. Under pressure from Bruce Carter.
Just very impressed with him. You can see just right there in the picture. Look how calm he is. Impressed with his meetings on Friday, and the environment down in Tampa Bay was very impressed. And he talked to us about what happened in Minnesota. Listen, I didn't get any reps during the practice week because there were some issues from communication, and I don't think people understand, getting that play in from the sideline through your headset, getting that out in the huddle, coordinating everything at the line of scrimmage. If you haven't done that during the course of the week, that is very challenging to step in and do it on Sunday. He cleaned up all his issues from week 1, getting ready for week 2.
From the shotgun, quick release, it is Chris Gibbons who stumbles ahead. He was marked down at the 20. So Gibbons gains 5. Davis started the 2nd half in the opener against the Vikings, replaced Sean Hill, and then received most of the reps last week prior to the game against his favorite team as a youngster. The Tampa Bay Bucks made his first start against Tampa Bay. Now 3rd down and 5. Cunningham in the backfield. 3 wide receivers. Davis on 3rd down. Nice soft touch. And the catch is made for a first down by Austin Pettis.
Wow, that's just a great formation design and play call by Brian Schottenheimer, because you're going to get Austin Pettis on Bruce Carter in the linebacker situation. He's on the outside, so he's going to work down inside on the motion, and that's just not fair right there. He's got him outflanked immediately. That's a breakdown in coverage. That's somebody not recognizing what's happening at the snap, and what an impressive drive for the Rams to start this game.
7 different Rams have touched the football on this drive. 13th play, and Stacy up the middle. Stacy Stopped just shy of the goal line at the 1.
That word that we always talk about, Tony, efficiency. This has been such an efficient drive with all the different things they have thrown at the Dallas defense. You can see the plays, the time that this has consumed to open the game. They're sending a message. One of the things that this Dallas defense has done well because of their offense has not been on the field long. This is a challenge for them on this opening drive.
Rams send in an extra blocker, number 61, Tim Barnes. And a penalty marker. Looks like the Cowboys may have had an extra man on the field.
Haven't been able to slow him down with 11, Kenny.
12 men in formation on the defense. Plays half a distance to the goal line. Replay first down.
Them big guys are hard to sneak on the field without somebody seeing, Daryl.
I'm very surprised by this opening drive by the Rams, Tony.
I'll tell you what.
I mean, you've got your third quarterback in. He played well last week, but I've been impressed with Dallas's defense through the first 2 weeks.
Here is Stacy, wants to go over the top. And he is stopped. Anthony Hitchens.
Exactly what the defense is supposed to do. All the defensive linemen stay low, try and penetrate. Watch how low these guys get right here. Linebackers over the top. There goes Stacy. Linebackers, boom. Stop him right there when his feet aren't on the ground. He has no power. That's how it's supposed to be done on the goal line.
Good job by Cameron Lawrence, 53. And Anthony Hitchens meeting him and pushing him back.
3rd and goal. Davis looking end zone. He throws. Touchdown. Lance Kendricks.
Well, this is just a great example of the confidence that Austin Davis has at the start of this game. This is covered very well. This is a high-risk reward. If he is off on this throw, you got a potential for a long pick 6. Lance Kendricks coming off the spot right there. And that's pretty tight coverage right there, thrown to a good spot, good footwork to get inside. Again, you've got a tight end versus a defensive end in play action on the goal line. Good play design, understanding the coverage scheme of the Dallas Cowboys to create that mismatch.
An 8-minute, 50-second drive by the St. Louis Rams. Greg Zuerlein adds the extra point. Davis hitting Kendricks. 7-0 St. Louis. An impressive opening drive by the Rams. Here's Lance Kendricks, 15 plays, 80 yards, first touchdown pass in the NFL for Austin Davis.
What an impressive drive. Those are numbers you do not see very often. It's so hard to be consistent for 15 plays to take the ball down the field without committing a mistake.
Wayne Harris on the return for the Cowboys. Harris out across the 20. Trey Watts made the tackle on special teams. Put that football up on the mantle, Austin Davis. First NFL touchdown pass. Seven 0 lead for the Rams. Tony Romo and the Cowboys start from the 22-yard line. Romo 3-0 in his career against St. Louis. DeMarco Murray in the backfield, leading rusher in the league over the first 2 weeks. Takes the handoff from Romo, and Murray leans out to the 30-yard line for a gain of 8.
You know, Tony Romo has really kind of carried this team for several years now. And, you know, talking to Jason Garrett, you know, they've placed a lot of burden, a lot of responsibility on him. You know, with him and his health situation right now, it's time for the other 10 guys on the field with him to take some of that burden away from him. That's why it's critical to have success, continued success in this run game.
Three receivers set. 2nd down and 2 off the fake to Murray. Romo's pass is caught for a first down by Des Bryant. And we head to Los Angeles for a game break. Kurt. But Chip Kelly's offense does not get an opportunity. Special team score for the Eagles. After the good start for the Redskins, as DeMarco Murray is forced back by William Hayes.
Sometimes if the hole isn't there, Dal, you just got to go and stay with it.
Yeah, don't want to make something out of nothing to get yourself behind the chains, and it's all about this run game, and this group up front has done a tremendous job. Now, they've had success in the past. I mean, obviously, we've talked about DeMarco Murray and his success against the Rams. They had a big day against the Ravens a couple of years ago. The question is, do they stay with it? Do they continue to find that balance between run-pass?
Loss of 4. Lance Dunbar now shifts into the slot. Cowboys empty the backfield, second down at 14. Wide open over the middle is Jason Witten. And Witten looks to have a first down out to the 48.
And that's a nice little change-up right there, because talking to the Ram defenders, you know, they've got Tony Romo broken down and distance, second and long situations. They're looking at Cole Beasley and Des Bryant. In that situation, he goes to Jason Witten.
I like how Jason goes and secures his ball. Look at him, 2 hands on it. Tight to the body.
Murray in the backfield. James Haddock shifting. Quick release. It's Bryant. Oh, the stiff arm. Janoris Jenkins. Bryant down after a gain of 2.
And the Rams are going to have to get some issues fixed. They have struggled against the run at the start of the season. Week 1, it was Cordell Patterson. 3 carries from the wide receiver position for over 100 yards. Last week, Bobby Rainey filling in for Doug Martin goes for 144. They've got to get better with their fits. They've got to tackle better if they're going to have success shutting down that run this afternoon.
Witten split wide to the right. Empty backfield once again, second down and 9. Throws, and the catch is made at the 45-yard line by Bryant. It's his 3rd reception, battling some shoulder issues over the past week.
Yeah, but he's a competitor. You're never going to question his passion and his desire to be out there on the field. And I really think that this style benefits him. You saw his numbers last week, 10 catches for over 100 yards, even with that ball control style really featuring DeMarco Murray.
That's what happens to those receivers when you start running the ball. They want the ball too, so they're going to catch everything in the area.
Play clock at 2. 3rd down and 4. Romo looking. Now he dumps it off. And it's a first down, and then Murray loses the football. Cody Davis falls on it. 3rd fumble in 3 games, all in the first quarter, committed by Murray.
Yeah, Jason Garrett talked to DeMarco Murray last week, told him, listen, I'm counting on you for 30 carries during the course of this game, but we've got to hold on to that ball. You can see it get away from his body as he's going to the ground.
Gateway Arch here in St. Louis. DeMarco Murray to the sidelines. He lost only 3 fumbles in his career prior to this season. He's lost 1 in each of his first 3 games. So the Rams go back to work from the 35-yard line as Davis airs it out. Pass intended for Britt.
Go back and take a look at this. Obviously, one of the first things that's going to jump at you, a missed call by the officials. Janoris Jenkins on the trip right here should have been called. But watch as the hand gets below the elbow, and that's what they've been working on with DeMarco Murray, is keeping that wrist above the elbow, and that means you're pulling the ball up to your chest. As you're going to the ground, the one thing you can't allow to happen is for that wrist to get below your elbow, because that means the ball is coming off the body. Right now, I think he's just thinking about it too much. Left hand, right hand, squeeze this, squeeze that. He's got to just start running with the football if he gets another opportunity.
On 2nd and 10, Rams set up the screen. It's Stacy who picks up a first down. Zach Stacy to the Cowboys. 47, a 17-yard pickup.
Man, the Rams run this screen to the left side beautifully. Nobody's in a rush. They completely fooled the whole defensive line. They caught them all upfield.
Look at all those big bodies, Tony. They don't even have anybody to block. They don't know what to do. And this is a confident offense right now, because what do? You come out on this series and you take a shot down the field. You're trying to get over the top and have a big play because you're confident you're going to come back on second down and do something productive.
Markey shifts into the backfield. First and 10, 48-yard line, and Stacy. And Stacy pushes his way forward down to the 43. Gain of 5.
Right now, they're just kind of draping themselves over Zach Stacy. He's carrying tacklers 2-3 yards downfield. Somebody's got to step up and Phil Hull put a hit on this running game.
60 yards in all for Stacy. Second down and 5. Davis lobs one up to the tight end, Jared Cook. 2 flags have been thrown. Cook makes it to the Dallas 13-yard line.
But I'm going to guess right now that this is kind of an offensive pass interference type of a pick play, and it's going to be a special play.
Pass interference. Number 83. 10-yard penalty. Replay second down.
So this is a special play. This is something that you've created because of something you've seen from the Dallas defense. Now, Brian Quick has to understand, Brian Schottenheimer has told him during the course of the week, you cannot make contact with the receiver, and he does it. I mean, you've got to be able to sell that and be an actor. It's something you saw. Everybody's going to be excited in the huddle when the play comes in, and you've just got to execute it. Just go down and get in the way. Don't initiate contact.
Erases the 30-yard pass play. Now second and 15 as time winds down here in the first quarter. Cunningham to the 49. So the Rams won the toss, elected to receive. They drove 15 plays, 80 yards for a touchdown, and then forced a turnover. Rams on the move once again, leading the Cowboys 7-0.